I'm really the person between you and your food, so I'm going to do this quickly. So I'm Val Fallon. I'm with HP. I work with Evan and Jason in the back, and I'll introduce him in a moment. Um, so I have a question for you. Who here are not using HP client systems? I won't judge. Like PCs, not using HP PC? No? Okay. That's good. I'm glad you're brave. Thank you very much. Uh, so I, Sure. So I wanted to explain why you might want to consider HP product. I did bring one of these, and I would love for you to have a look at it. We pride ourselves on the products that we produce from an engineering standpoint, but also you've heard a lot of talk about security, so I'm going to go through a few things. I don't have any slides, but it's quite easy for me to just explain to you why you want to choose HP. So a couple of things that we've done. We started out this process building the solution that we have today since 2004, because we recognized there was a lot of issues going on in the world, from hacking and so on. So some of the things that we've done is, for example, by the way, we're 7 years ahead of our competitors. None of our competitors have the solution that we have today. By the time they catch up, we'll be moving on to something else and targeting other things. So first thing is, we have what we call a Sure Start. So Sure Start's a little chip that resides on the motherboard of the system, and it keeps a clean copy of the BIOS. So if you get a malware that shuts down your BIOS or corrupts it, so what happens when a user tries to boots up their system, they're not able to start the system, which means that your computer basically is dead, or you would have to replace the motherboard. That's what it is. So what happens with HP is we have the little chip that lives on the motherboard, and it keeps a clean copy. So when you have trouble starting, it goes, okay, I'm going to send over a clean copy of the BIOS and replace the bad copy. We can only send information out from the chip. No malware, anything can go back and corrupt that chip. So that's what we call HP Sure Start. The other thing that we have is what we call HP WorkWise. Everybody has their cell phone. When you get up from your desk or your notebook, what do? You walk away with your cell phone. So a lot of people, visual hacking has gone up tremendously. So what happens is when you get up off your desk, away from your system, it's going to lock your system for you automatically. When you come back, it's going to unlock the system for you. So it works through your cell phone with an application that we've produced. The other thing that we have is what we call HP SureView. HP SureView is, do you remember when you travel at airports or whatever, and or even on an airplane, people love to look over your shoulder and see what you're working on, and then you have to get that film that you stick on top. So we've decided that we came out with this invention. You no longer have to do that. Function F2, it narrows the screen in. So your 180, it comes in narrow right in front of you, so anyone sitting next to you cannot see what you're working on. The other thing that we've worked on is really key. This is a really key piece. We just released it. It's on this notebook. It's called HP SureClick. So HP SureClick, what are you going to like? It supports IE browsers, except for Edge, because we're finishing off some of the differences on that, Chrome, as well as Mozilla Firefox. So those three browsers that we support, what happens is each browser, each tab, is a virtual machine. So what does that mean to you? So if you get infected with malware or ransomware, I'm getting tired, Kevin. So what happens is when you close that tab, your ransomware is gone. Your malware is gone. Your virus is gone. So it thinks it's affected the machine. In terms, it's really affected a virtual machine. So that's one thing that we launched this year that's really important that, that we recognized was an issue. How do we help you before something happens, right? And then lastly is the HP Device Access Manager. And I've been with HP for 12 years, and I've been talking about this since 2005. So it allows you to essentially lock down all your ports, control your ports. So back in Windows XP, the government had an issue with USB. USB came out after Windows XP came. And so what happens is they were not able to lock down the USB ports. They're afraid you get a thumb drive, you stick it in it, you walk away with information. They were pouring epoxy glue into the USB 3.0 ports. And back then, we already had the solution. Control the device. What you can either make it, you can read from, not write to, or you can make it completely useless, or just print and mouse and keyboard only. Same thing with the optical drive. So that's called HP Device Access Manager. So it's controlling your system, what can be written to, what can be taken out from the system. So I just wanted to, this is my X360 Elite. It's our newest notebook that we have out, so I'm going to pass it along, have a look at it. Lastly, I want to introduce Jason Copper. Jason's in the back. Please stand up. Jason's our HP services guy. If you have any questions regarding challenging with operating expenses or capital expenses when purchasing. Jason does device as a service, so it's a monthly based program to help you maximize your IT budget. So it'll be per user, per seat, per month payment for a term. And any questions? Was that, yes? You can absolutely have a look at it. This is the X360 Elite book. It's absolutely beautiful. Yes, sir.
Is the X360 Elite the enterprise version of the Spectre?
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is full docking station and all that stuff supported. All your image, everything that you would imagine that you can do on an enterprise level is on here. So I will pass it along, but I want to say thank you very much, and please enjoy your night and have a great dinner. Let me know if anybody wants to have a one-on-one chat. I'll be more than happy to accommodate. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, HP.